Welcome to Morganable, where we serve you with authentic news, stories, documentaries, updates, and magazine-style insights on our society and the larger world, and more importantly, about places that fall under the radar of the mainstream media machinery. We invite you to embark on this exciting journey of enlightenment with us. Morganable, your vehicle of enlightenment.
Celebrates the 88th birthday of Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president of Nigeria. We take a deep dive into the life of a man whose journey from humble beginnings to the helm of Nigerian power has profoundly shaped our nation. In this episode, we explore his early struggles, his celebrated military and political careers, and personal trials that redefined him, and his relentless quest to steer Nigeria toward progress. Adding to the celebration, former President Obasanjo will also unveil 2 new books, lest we forget: Slavery, Slave Trade, Emancipation and Reparation, and Nigeria, Past and Future, which promise to further spark national reflection and dialogue. Let's begin this in-depth journey through the triumphs, tribulations, and transformative moments of Obasanjo's legacy. Olusegun Obasanjo was born on March 5, 1937, in the village of Ibogun, Olaogun, Abeokuta. As the eldest of 9 children, his early life was defined by hard work and resilience, working on his family's farm and contributing to household survival. Young Obasanjo learned the virtues of discipline and determination. Despite economic hardships, he excelled at school, so much so that he rejected his colonial given name, Matthew, as an early act of defiance against oppression. The spirit of resistance and self-reliance laid the foundation for his future leadership. His academic excellence led him to the prestigious Baptist Boys High School in Abeokuta, where he not only embraced education but also nurtured a sense of Nigerian nationalism. These formative experiences, steeped in the realities of poverty and colonial legacy, forged in him the resolve to one day transform Nigeria. Let's talk about the military ascent and the Nigerian Civil War. Driven by the promise of a brighter future, Obasanjo enlisted in the Nigerian Army in 1958. His rigorous training abroad, first in Ghana, then at elite institutions in England, equipped him with the skills and vision that would later define his military leadership. During the turbulent 1960s, Obasanjo played a pivotal role in the Nigerian Civil War. His leadership during operations such as Operation Tailwind not only helped end the conflict but also earned him national acclaim as a war hero committed to the unity of Nigeria. Yet, the cost of war was steep. The relentless violence, the burden of command, and the personal sacrifices he made left indelible marks on his character. These experiences hardened him, fueling a deep resolve to restore stability and national unity, a resolve that would later echo through his political career. We shall talk about the presidency, achievements, reforms, and controversies. In 1999, Obasanjo's historical election marked the return of democracy to Nigeria. After years of military rule, his presidency was a period of both reform and ambitious change. Economically, he renegotiated Nigeria's enormous external debts, secured debt forgiveness from major creditors, and propelled the nation's GDP growth. His administration's investments in education and infrastructure transformed Nigeria's socio-economic landscape, while the establishment of anti-corruption agencies signaled a commitment to transparency and accountability. On the international stage, Obasanjo re-established Nigeria as a formidable force in global diplomacy, strengthening ties with the United States, Europe, and the Commonwealth. However, his tenure was not without controversy. His attempt to amend the constitution for a third time ignited a first storm of debate and accusations of power consolidation. His handling of domestic conflicts, especially in the ethnically charged Niger Delta, and his reliance on military solutions at times have left a legacy that is as contentious as it is transformative. Let's talk about his personal trials, sufferings, and redemption. We recall that in 1995, under the ruthless regime of Sani Abacha, Obasanjo was imprisoned on charges of plotting a coup, a charge he vehemently denied. The harsh conditions of his detention, from solitary confinements to constant threats of violence, marked one of the darkest periods of his life. It was during these agonizing months that Obasanjo experienced a profound spiritual transformation. Isolated from the world, he found solace and strength in his renewed Christian faith, a rebirth that reshaped his outlook on life and governance. Emerging from prison, Obasanjo carried not only the scars of his suffering but also a renewed commitment to democratic values and national.
Congratulations, sir. How do you feel today, sir?
I feel fine. I feel fine, as I've always felt. I feel fine. It's nice to be back at home. Anybody knows that. So I feel fine.
Are we described?
Well, I am grateful to them. They've always done me proud. It's not the first time, and I hope this will not be the last time.
National unity. His writings from this period, filled with introspection and sermons, resonated deeply with many Nigerians. Yet, his journey was not without criticism. Accusations of corruption, favoritism, and excessive reliance on military foreshadow of his legacy remind us that even great leaders are fallible and human. Today marks not only the celebration of his 88th birthday, but also the unveiling of two new chapters in his lifelong commitment to Nigeria's narrative. In a highly anticipated public presentation in Abeokuta, the heartland of his heritage, Obasanjo is to introduce his two new books, lest we forget: Slavery, Slave Trade, Emancipation and Reparation, as Nigeria past and the future. Even after leaving office, Obasanjo's influence endures as a diplomat and a mediator. He has tirelessly worked to resolve conflicts across Africa, mediating peace talks in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, and the Horn of Africa. His role as a UN Special Envoy and later as the African Union's High Representative for the Horn of Africa underscores his commitment to building a more peaceful continent. At home, his legacy is enshrined in institutions like the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, a beacon of Nigeria's political heritage and an educational hub for future generations. His advocacy for agricultural self-reliance, anti-corruption measures, and infrastructural developments continues to influence Nigeria's path towards sustainable progress. While his tenure was marked by controversies and criticisms, his enduring vision for a united and prosperous Nigeria remains a cornerstone for those who believe in the nation's potential. As we come to close of extensive exploration of Olusegun Obasanjo's life, we celebrate not only his birthday but also the enduring impact of his leadership, from the hardship of his early years to the glory and controversies of his military and presidential careers, and now to his bold foray into public discourse through his new books. Obasanjo's legacy is a testament to the complexity of leadership in modern Nigeria. His journey teaches us that progress is often intertwined with sacrifice and that the future of our nation depends on acknowledging both our triumphs and our shortcomings. having served as Nigeria's military head of state from 1976 to 1979, and later as a civil president from 1999 to 2007.
As your president to head a democratic civilian administration, I believe that this is what God Almighty has ordained for me and for my beloved country, Nigeria, and its people. I accept this destiny in all humility and with the full belief that with the backing and support of our people, we shall not fail. The beneficiaries of corruption in all forms will fight back with all the foul means at their disposal. We shall be firm with them. There will be no sacred cows. Nobody, no matter who and where, will be allowed to get away with the breach of the law or the perpetration of corruption and evil.
His leadership was marked by significant reforms and policies aimed at national development. During his time as a military leader, Obasanjo continued the reformist policies of his predecessor, General Murtala Muhammad. One of his major achievements was expanding free primary education across the country, a move aimed at improving literacy and educational opportunities. His administration also took steps to stabilize the economy by controlling inflation and strengthening economic institutions. In addition, he laid the groundwork for Nigeria's return to civilian rule by handing over power to a democratically elected government in 1979, a rare act among military rulers at the time. As a civilian president, Obasanjo focused on economic policies that reduced inflation and promoted growth. One of his most notable achievements was securing debt relief for Nigeria from international creditors, which significantly reduced the country's external debt burden. His government also revolutionized the telecommunications sector by allowing private investments, leading to the rapid expansion of mobile phone usage in Nigeria. Additionally, he established the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to fight corruption, an issue that had long prolonged Nigeria's governance. His wife, Stella Obasanjo, who was the first lady from 1999 until her untimely death in 2005, was known for her activism and humanitarian work. She founded the Child Care Trust, an organization focused on the welfare of underprivileged and disabled children in Nigeria. Through his foundation, she provided support for children's education, healthcare, and overall well-being. One of her most significant contributions was her advocacy against female genital mutilation. She played a major role in the campaign that led to the declaration of February 6 as the International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation. Her efforts in this area helped to raise global awareness and encouraged policies against harmful traditional practices. Stella was also an advocate for women's empowerment, promoting gender equality, and encouraging women's active participation in politics and business. She emphasized the importance of youth development, believing that young people were key to Nigeria's progress. Together, Olusegun and Stella Obasanjo left a lasting impact on Nigeria's political, economic, and social landscape.
Thanks for watching us today and for joining us on our journey of enlightenment. Morganable, the vehicle of enlightenment.